What's up, dudes? It's your boy Happy Chap here. Welcome back to another episode. Now on this one, what we're going to do is we're going to be building a mob farm. Now this is a pretty simple build. It is based around the same scare mechanic design that I used for my creeper farm, which I will link here if you have not seen it. But it is a pretty straightforward design. Now let's get into the items that you're going to need. Now to start, you're going to need to bring along 2 villagers, 2 cats, and then 2 dogs as well. These do not need to have names. All you need to do is just, make them your pets and have them sit, and then you are good to go. And for the main build, what we're going to need is we're going to need to bring along 2 stacks plus 10 of any builder block, it doesn't matter which type, 44 slabs of any kind, 24 trapdoors, 6 carpets, 2 water buckets, the 2 of each thing like we talked about. For the kill chamber, you're going to need to bring along 4 signs, a lava bucket, 2 hoppers, and 2 chests, and then bring along some light sources as well. For the roof, because you need to make this thing, nice and dark in order to have the mob spawn, what you're going to need to bring along is 10 stacks of slabs, preferably. Okay, to get those, all you need is 5 stacks of builder blocks. If you use the stone cutter here, as you will see, okay, you get 2 stacks from each stone. Okay, and next, in order to upgrade this into an XP farm, what you're going to need to do is bring along, this is to make a chute up in the air in order for the zombies and skeletons and whatnot to come up into the AFK area where you are spawning, or sorry, where you are sitting anyways. You're going to need to bring along 9.5 stacks of builder blocks, a bucket of water, 1 soul sand, 2 stacks of kelp, about a half stack of builder blocks. This is just to keep the zombies from burning when they are up there, 3 trapdoors, 3 hoppers, and 2 chests. Okay, so quickly again, that is what you need for the main build. That is what you need for the roof there. And then this is to upgrade into the chute XP farm that we will show you later on. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do for this build is just find any spot, it doesn't matter. I already have the layout here marked out, and dig yourself a 3x2 trench, just like that, into the ground. You can make that 2 deep if you would like to right now. And then what you're going to do is on the corner of that pit, you're going to put down 2 blocks on each side. Okay, this is where the villager is going to stand, and then 1 at the back. So that's where the villager will stand. And then on the side of the pit, put down 2 more blocks, and then come out on a diagonal 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, come out again 1 more, and then build yourself a 3 wide wall, like that. Do the same thing for the other side. So come out on an angle, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 more, and build yourself a 3 wide wall. Okay, when you are done, that is what it should look like. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to step back 1, and then we're going to put ourselves down a wall. Okay, along the back, that is to close everything in, and this is what it should look like. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to come to the inside here, and you're going to make this part where the villager stands up 2 high, and then same thing on the sides where the little pit here is. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your slabs, and you're going to line this whole thing here with a layer of slabs. So the whole thing should look like that when you are done. Again, there's the top view. Okay, next what you're going to do is you're going to come to the inside, and you're going to place down a trapdoor on the lower half of the top block there. And then you're going to place down 1 more in front like that and close it down. And then on the inside here, you're going to place down 3 trapdoors and close them all down. Okay, once you have that done, what you can do is just run a simple minecart up here. Okay, so just build yourself up a little minecart, drop your villager down in place into there, and then we are good. So again, just get your villager in place in that hole, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, once you have your villager in place, he should not be able to jump out because we have the trapdoor there on the upper half. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to turn around and you're going to find the center row there. Okay, so the center wall, or the center block on this back wall. And you're going to place down 3 trapdoors in an angle like that, and then 1 more on the lower half of the upper slab there. Next, what we're going to do is we're just going to close this up or down, whichever way it goes. And we're going to hop out, grab ourselves one of our dogs here, put him in place like that, and then close the trapdoor down on top of him. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to come to the back side here, and we're going to build this up 1 more in order to make it a solid block, and then another half block on top of it. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to place a temporary block there for now, and we're going to place our 3 trapdoors. Okay, like that, all around in a circle. Then we can remove the temporary block there in the middle, and this is what we should have. So you should have your trapdoors on the lower half of the top block there, and then we are going to get our cat, and this is where we'll put our cat in place. Okay, once you have your cat and dog in place, this is what everything here should look like. Okay, so take note of the trapdoors that are on the upper half slabs. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, I actually put those in the wrong spot. So you want to make sure that those are on the upper half of that lower block there. Okay, now your next step is you're going to place a carpet down in each of the outside corners here, and then one there as well, and then one there in the front corner. And what those carpets are for is those carpets will stop any spiders from spawning inside the area. And then what I like to do, instead of having this carpet here out in the open, what I like to do is I like to remove that trapdoor and place a carpet down there. Okay, once you are all done, this is what everything should look like. And that is basically your farm set and done right there, actually. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next layer. So what you want to do is you want to come to the top here. What you're going to do is you're going to build these side walls up here, 3 blocks high in total. Okay, just like that. Then you're going to put a roof over top of this villager here. Make that a 3 by 3 area. We will fill the rest of this in later. Then what you want to do is on the same level as that roof there, you want to make a little floor for the villager to stand on, so opposite of what that is. So we're going to come over 3 blocks to the center and then step that back 2. Okay, so it's the same thing there. Then we're going to need to give it a side. So we'll put 2 sides down like that, make that 2 wide, and then give this villager a back. Okay, so when you're all said and done, this is what it should look like here. Okay, I know that was a little bit complicated, but I literally spent like 5 minutes trying to figure out how to word that, but this is what everything looks like here. Okay, so the walls are 3 extra high. Put the little roof down, or the roof slash floor down anyways, and then build yourself your villager pod that looks like this. Okay, on the 2 upper blocks of the 3 stacks that we put there. Next, what you're going to do is just put your trapdoor down like that in order to trap the villager. Then your other trapdoor on the front there facing down with your 3 trapdoors going backwards. Then what we need to do is just mimic that wall build out there, but on this lower half here. So we're going to step out 1, 2, and then 3. We'll do that one more in order to build our 3 wide wall at the back. Then we'll do the same thing for the other side. So step out 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one for the wall. And then we'll give ourselves a back here. And what you should have is a perfectly symmetrical farm. Now all we need to do is just fill in the floor here. Okay, once you have your floor filled in, this is what everything should look like here. Then we need to just add our slabs to the top here. Okay, once we have our slabs in place, we can place down our things in order to hold the cats and the wolves. Build up the back wall, the 2 high like that. Once we have our trapdoors and everything in place, this is what it should all look like. Now all we have to do is get our next villager up into its pod as well, as well as our cat and our wolf. So just do the same thing, build a short little, minecart rail system in order for them to get up and into the area there. Okay, once you have everybody in place, this is what the entire farm here should look like. Okay, so there's the side view. We'll circle around to the back here. That's what the back looks like. Okay, top looks like that. And then just for reference, okay, we're 2 blocks above in order for the next floor. Okay, the roof of the villager becomes the floor of the farm above it, and then you are good. Okay, now all you need to do is basically just stack this up as many times as you want, so you can do it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In one of my other worlds, I think I have it, in one of my other creative worlds, I think I have it like 8 or 9, and the thing absolutely rocks it. So yeah, just stack that as many times as you want. What you're going to need to do to bring along is, say you want to do this 4 high. Okay, you're just going to need double the resources that we've seen at the beginning there. Okay, so double these resources here is what you'll need for basically every stack that you want to build this up. Okay, but once you have that all done, now we're going to move on to the kill chamber. So what we're going to do is we're going to fall down here into the pit. What we're going to do is we're actually going to make sure that this is 3 blocks down from the top here, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to dig out another 4 blocks in this direction here. That should give us 7. So then what we're going to do is on the 7th block, we're going to drop this down 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. So drop that down 1. And we'll dig out another 5 blocks. Okay, once we get to our 5th block deep here, what we're going to do is we're going to dig that down 1 more. And then just continue digging this out for another 6 blocks. So what you should get is a 7 run here with a drop down to a 6 block run, then a drop down to another 6 block. And what that is for is, once we have our water, what that is for is so that way we can place these 2 water sources down. Everything will just run downhill and we are good. Sorry about the low light there. Okay, if you think any creepers are going to get caught up, you can remove those blocks there. Okay, now before we put that water in though, so we'll let this dissipate, what we're going to do is on this final block here, what we're going to do is we're going to dig this area out and we're going to give ourselves a little, room to work here, a little area to work from. Okay, once you have that done, so this room should be at the end of your 6 run stretch here. Then what we're going to do is we're actually going to drop it down 1 more. You can do it 2 if you want to, but for this demonstration we're just going to do it for 1. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place down our chest there to the outside with our hopper running into that chest. Then what we're going to do is we're going to jump up here and we're going to place down a glass block. Well, it doesn't have to be a glass block, but it can be, you can put stairs or anything there, but in order to get to access to the chest, it has to be some sort of transparent block with 2 more coming off the back there behind the hopper. We're going to make sure that is 2 blocks high. Then you want to take your signs and place a sign on either side of the hoppers there. And then come 1 block out and 1 block up and place your next signs. And then this is where you are going to place your lava. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a solid block and we're going to place it above the lava like that. And that is to stop the creeps from trying to float or swim up out of the lava. And once you have that all done, all you got to do is come to the front here, place down your water source, and then try to get yourself out of this area here. Okay, next it's time for us to put the roof on this sucker here. Now, this can be pretty time consuming, but basically the way I do it is, after you stack this up as many high as you want to, what you basically want to do is you want to just put down a couple of temporary blocks until you are 2 blocks full above the farm here there. Okay, so that would be where the top of the farm is technically. I know that the cat thing is there, but whatever. Okay, and then this is where you are going to put your roof. So what you want to do is you basically want to come out 6 blocks from this corner space here, or this temporary block. So we're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do the same thing for the other corner. So come up 3 blocks, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and now this roof here is on Y71. So what we want to do is come back to this corner here, build up until we get to Y71, which is there, and then do the same thing. Remove all of these lower blocks, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then do the same thing for the other side. Okay, and that is where your roof is going to be. So just fill all this in here, obviously with your slabs, because I'm an idiot. So make sure you do it with your lower half slabs there, but that's where they should be. So 6 blocks out from each corner. Fill all of this area in here like this. Same thing with the middle area here, so just come around this block, remove that one, and just start filling this in, and then once you're done that, the farm will start to work. And then all you have to do is basically just like every other mob farm, is don't forget your carpets, is find out the Y value of where your chest is. So let's take ourselves down a little. Okay, but our lowest chest here is on Y59, so we can go up to 179 and we should see this farm start to work. Okay, there's a lot of questions in the comments about why you have to go up so high for mob farms to work. Now that has to do with the mob spawning cap, okay? So basically any mobs will spawn within the player within 128 block radius. So if you go up 128 blocks above your lowest chest, you have a better chance of... What the hell was that? You have a better chance of all your mobs just spawning in the farm as opposed to all of the caves and everything else around it. Okay, and as you can see, we are up here and our farm is already working. We've had some skeletons and stuff go in while we were talking. And let's just do a little time lapse here and see what we get. Holy! Okay, so as you can see, this farm is not too bad. So just in a couple of minutes, we've already had a few waves of, mobs come in and land in the farm. Now we're going to jump down real quickly and see what the inside here looks like. Okay, so we do have some spiders and stuff spawning, but that is because they're spawning on the outsides here. Now, we also have mobs spawning under the farm, so that's going to take away from the efficiency. So what we can do is take those torches that we did bring along with us. Okay, and if you look here, okay, you'll see our light level. Okay, you can see how it is a 9, 10, 8, 7, and then as we get under here, it gets lower and lower. What you can do is you can place down a torch on either side here. Okay, and what that does is it brings the light level up, and as you can see, as we walk around, there's a spot right here. Okay, so what we can do is, I've figured it out that if you just come back 1, 2, 7, and then 8 and place down a torch, as you'll see everywhere we walk around in here now, okay, we have pretty decent light levels and we are good to go. Just come back 8 blocks from the corner of the farms, place down 2 torches as well as those ones out there. Do the same thing on the other side, so come back 8 blocks, place down a torch, and that should keep most of the mobs anyways from spawning outside this farm. And if we go inside the farm here, yep, you'll see that even if we stand in the corner here, we still have a nice low light level of 6 or 7 and below. Okay, now that we've added those light sources in there, let's go back up to our AFK area here and see, see how it turns out. Okay, so we're up here at the AFK area. We've removed some of those light sources down below. Now let's just see how the farm, not bad so far. Okay, so for just a couple of seconds, that's actually not too bad, especially for just 2 layers of this farm. And as you can see, just by adding in those light sources, we have no more spawns down here, and we do have 2 spiders spawning right in the center here, so it may be worth it to actually maybe take your carpet away from here and to actually place it down either right, I think it's right there. What happens is carpets will stop spiders from spawning in a 2-block radius from it. So these ones here, 2 blocks, and then this one here, yeah, so if we just move this carpet down by 1 like that, we should stop these spiders from spawning. And we should be good. If it doesn't, what you can do is just remove this carpet in total and place it down, I believe it is here, yep, here, and here, and see if that stops the spiders from spawning, as well as remove that one and place it there. Okay, so instead of the corners, try the V and see if that works. It is all the same for the spawning locations and you should be good. Okay, so that is the mob farm complete and ready to go. Now, we did see the results there after just a couple of seconds of us, doing an AFK, and that's not too bad. Okay, so 25 bones, some arrows, some gunpowder, and some rotten flesh. But what happens if we were to ramp this thing up a little bit? So as you can see here, I have the same basic design or the same basic scenario set up here. You can see my setup with the carpets and everything. The spider spawn up here because I placed down trapdoors in order to make this a creeper only section. So we have 1, 2, 3 sections that are set up to do creepers only. Okay, that chest that I showed you. Is in order to build the, AFK XP section. Is used in order to build this chute. So all you have to do is go down into the ground here. Okay, so all you have to do is come down here, place your soul sand down, make yourself a little catch chamber. Okay, which will send you up and into the AFK area. Now get a little bit of a better view of that. Okay, so what the hell? Okay, so this is what that catch chamber looks like. You just gotta make sure the water is flowing out the back in order to pull these zombies and mobs in. Then you just build it super high up into the sky here. And then what we do is we just stand up here. And if we look, we're on Y74 or 174 anyways. Okay, that puts us about 120 blocks above the chest. And if we just stand here and wait and see. Okay, you got to keep in mind too, we're competing with the other farms down there. Okay, but look at this stream of zombies that come in. Or mobs, I should say. Okay, so if you stack this thing up, these guys start to fill up really quickly. Enough that even with 3 sections here, okay, as you heard, they started to do a mob cap pretty quickly and end up killing themselves. But as you can see, this mob farm, when you do stack it up pretty good, if you were to take it away from everything else so it wasn't competing, this is a pretty pretty decent little mob farm. Okay, so again, that's there what it looks like. All it is just a soul sand elevator that goes up to the top here, and once you're in your little AFK area, all it does is funnel all the mobs into this little section here in order for you to slice them down and get the items from them. Oh my goodness. Like I said, it is a pretty simple, pretty unique design. All it does is use the scare mechanics and the pull mechanics from the villager here. Okay, so basically anything that does spawn inside here, as you can see, just gets scared because of whatever entities that are there. Now, a lot of people are saying that in 1.16, the creepers don't actually get scared of cats, but what I will do is a quick little test, so we'll switch over to the snapshot. Okay, so here we are on the snapshot, as you can see. Okay, we'll go into the mob farm without even having to do anything. Okay, here we are. We are on the snapshot in Java. And if we place a creeper down, he is definitely scared of the... Okay, so at least within the snapshot, the whatever it is, 20W16A/snapshot, creepers are still afraid of cats. I don't know what everybody's talking about, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, now before we do go, okay, obviously because this farm is... Yeah, you having fun down there? So I want to talk about some efficiency upgrades. So as you can see, if any of these zombies here spawn in the corners, it takes them a while before they can pick up on the villager there. Okay, so what you can do to prevent that from happening is on these corner blocks here, you can either remove these and place down a slab, and the same goes for this here. Okay, or you can put down some andesite stairs if you would like to. So you can have them all facing to the outside like that, and then that way, as you see, if a zombie spawns in one of these corners, they still have, you know, at least a better chance of spotting these zombies. So if we place down a slab there, yep, same thing, slab there. Yeah, that zombie picked up on him right away. So what you can do is just place down some, you know, like I said, slabs there, and then that way the zombies will get a proper line of sight. Oh yeah, look at that. Versus... See that? So that's a decent little efficiency upgrade there to remember. And other than that, you know, that is it. Just light up the area around the farm there. So those torches are 8 blocks back from the corner of the farm on each corner, and then under the bottom half of this slab here, we just place down 2 torches in order to keep the light level up, and then, yeah, play around with it a little bit. So, you know, play around with the carpets a little bit too as well in order to stop any spiders from spawning. But that is it right there, you guys. That's the farm. If this is something that you guys enjoyed or you think you can build in your world, go for it. And yeah, thank you again so much for watching my videos, and I'll definitely catch you on the next one, boys. Peace. I got something big in the works. Wait, I got something big in the works. It's going to be a decent little... So that's why I haven't been posting in the last week or so, is because I'm creating something for you guys in order for you to... You'll see it in a little bit anyways. You'll see it coming up. So, thank you again so much for watching my videos, you guys, and I'll definitely catch you on the next video. Woo, peace.